Hey everyone, it's Yuipster here. Welcome to the first of my Road to Max videos. I wanted to say that I'm very sorry for the length of time it took to get this video out. I recently was offered to become a manager where I work, and I found out I'll be working 30 to 39 hours, 5 days per week for at least the rest of the summer, more than likely. Also, I kind of got obsessed with getting all of my melee skills to 90 with my 85 Slayer goal, so I just wanted to get all of these levels before posting an update, which is another major reason it took so long to get this out. Anyways, with all of that put aside, enjoy the games. So as I was just mentioning a moment ago, the only way I was training my melee stats was through Slayer tasks, and I did every single task I was assigned, minus the things that are on my block list, and I will be putting that at the end of this Slayer section. So once I finally hit my 85 Slayer goal, which I will be showing a picture of in just one moment, I decided that I was going to be camping Abyssal Demons to try to get myself my first whip drop. However, the Heavy Demons did not agree with me. On about the 10th kill, they gave me an elite clue scroll, which the most notable thing I got from that was some onyx bolt tips, and it only averaged up to about 260k, and I had to grind out 52 to 64 smithing, as well as do the entire quest chain to get to Harmony Island, which was everything through Cabin Fever, and I had to start what's that quest called? The Great Brain Robbery. But yeah, so there's my 90 defense. Woo! Alright, here's my Slayer block list that I use for most of my 85 Slayer. So I just unlocked that 4th slot this morning as well by hitting 200 quest points. I just want to explain real fast why I have a couple things blocked on there. I blocked Iron Dragons because for quite a while I was anti-Metal Dragons entirely, and I would block every Iron or Steel task I got simply because they took way too long for me to kill for the Slayer experience that they gave. Put Black Demons on block simply because I feel like cannoning there with Prayer Pots and Proselyte on is just a giant waste of money, and the alternative of ranging them was just too slow at my range level of just 74. I put Elven blocks simply because it's a pain in the ass to go all the way over to the Elven lands for a task every single time you get one, and also it's usually a very low amount. Although the clue teleport scrolls do help by teleporting you directly to the encampment near Prifddinas, they also hit pretty darn hard and accurately, so they're more of a pro-flicking task for me whenever I used to do them. I held on to a task of Spiritual Warriors earlier today, specifically to block them upon hitting 200 quest points. You see, at my Slayer level, they're just not worth the time and supplies for the couple alchables that they supply. They drop rune longswords and rune halberds and rune kite shields at a fairly decent rate, and I can usually make over 100k in alchs there, but it's just too much of a pain, and they don't really give a lot of XP. Alright, one of my other major gains in this progress video was that I got to 70 prayer, and I just wanted to let you guys know how I went about doing that. So I used Dragon Bones on a Gilded Altar, but since I don't have 75 construction or the lower level construction with the Crystal Chime and the construction T boost, I just simply went to World 330, which is then the player owned house world. And I went to find a host. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now in case you don't have 75 construction and you get some prayer XP. So you go to World 330 and then you just use the Nightmare Zone teleport. It's the easiest way to do it to get over to Nile. You can also use the Watchtower teleport, which also teleports you pretty close in case the sun cooldown. And you grab your dragon bones from this bank on the east side of the Yanao and run west to the house portal. Then you stand here for a moment. So premium host equals Costco. So there's usually at least one person spamming a name. So then I'm going to go to this person Costco's house. And bam, we have a gilded altar. So you just right click on your dragon bones, or whatever bones you're using. Just let the XP roll. I did this all the way up to 70 prayer. It cost me somewhere around 2.5, 3 mil or something like that. But yeah, now I have piety, because I also did the Knight Sword quest and did the training ground minigame afterwards. So yeah, if you didn't know that you can get to the Gilded Altar way this way, just wanted to let you know. Hey guys, so I just wanted to let you guys know how I got the 52 to 64 smithing real quick. So I found out a method using the blast furnace and superheating, a combination of both, that gives you probably close to, if not the best smithing XP per hour in the game. I was averaging about 150k XP an hour, but at the time I did actually have a world full of people who were all legitimately manning the positions. However, I have a feeling that most of the people that are in this world are probably botting, because this is the themed world for it. And there's usually like bots and stuff on the pedals and the coke and over here and at the temperature gauge and stuff. But anyways, so this is my normal setup. You want to try to reduce your weight as much as possible. I have a lava battle staff on for the fire runes for high out, some nature runes in my inventory, some goldsmith gauntlets from that one quest. I will put that in the description. They give you double the XP for smelting gold ore, and considering you're smelting an inventory at a time when it goes through the furnace, it doubles the XP output of the furnace. So basically what I do is, there's a bank chest right here. You start off right here, take a sip of a stamina potion, so you can have a ton of run energy. And then you're going to run up here, put ore on conveyor belt. It'll ask you if you want to add all. Yeah. So then you come down here and wait for the bar to come out. But since it sometimes will take a while, especially if there's not legitimate players manning the positions, what I usually do is I come over here, grab some gold ore, I stand next to the furnace and just spam superheat as much as I can until I see a really big XP drop come down. The reason why I'm standing next to the furnace, by the way, is because apparently only if you're standing next to the furnace will it actually push yours through. I guess it's just the way it was originally programmed, but if you stand over here next to the bank chest, it actually will not allow you to utilize the furnace and get the smithing XP from it. So yeah, there's that. So I'm just waiting for that XP drop, and it should be coming any time now. However, there's not a lot of people on the position, so in this case, I will pedal these pedals real fast. Try to push it through. This is a really bad example, but anyways, so there should have been an XP drop of 1,574 smithing XP or something. And the more active the people manning these positions are, the more often that will come down. And the world that I was on, basically by the time I would run down this ramp, the bars would already be right here. Sometimes when they first come out, they're molten, and it's like all orange and stuff. All you do there is you grab this bucket and fill it with water from the sink. Use the bucket of water on the dispenser to cool down the bars. And then all you do is click the take all button underneath the respective bar you want to do. I was just doing gold because it's most convenient. 1 bar ratio, nice and easy. And there the XP drop went. So then you need to be able to take all. So anything that was left over from the superheating process, just bank that real fast. And grab this. And toss it back in the bank and rinse and repeat. Yeah, so I got 150 XP an hour. It only took me a few hours to get 52 to 64 smithing, and it cost me a little over 600k to do so. So definitely a good way to invest in some money in the smithing levels if that's what you want. Also very, very low GP per XP ratio. Well guys, if you made it this far, I'd like to say I hope you enjoyed my first Road to Maxscape progress video number 1. Stay connected to me via my new Twitter page at Yuipster. I've been tweeting out almost every day with some screenshots of my most recent old school RuneScape activities. Also, don't forget to slide that like button if you enjoyed the content, and hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more old school RuneScape content. Alright, peace out.